Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know it's like we all know what happened. The new administration, and they have a much different kind of a view on immigration and the border, and I actually agree with parts of it. Honestly, I've said this publicly, and I'll say this again. I believe our party didn't do a good job with the border.
Boom. John Fetterman just dropped a truth bomb that left everyone in the room speechless. Watch as he publicly calls out his own Democratic Party for the chaos at the border during Biden's watch. And this isn't just a critique, it's a full-on rebellion. Fetterman's proving he's not afraid to break ranks, and whispers are growing that he might ditch the Democrats entirely, just like Karine Jean-Pierre's shocking exit. Could Fetterman be inching closer to the right? Maybe even, dare we say it, donning a MAGA hat by the 2026 midterms? If you want to see these liberals lose their minds and watch Fetterman shake up the political world, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more. And if you want to see more comments like these, then pick up the phone and dial 270-467-2426 to reach our friends at Chapter. They are experts in Medicare, and savings is their mission. 100% free, and you can call them right now and tell them Kevin sent you. I do my best, working hard for all of you, and I owe it to my loyal subscribers to bring you all the very best. Chapter is the best, and this comment is one of hundreds that proves it. Kevin, I called Chapter. This is from Lena Wadley. Kevin, I called Chapter, and they not only saved me $65 a month, but found benefits I was eligible for that had been previously overlooked. I heard about Chapter on Michelle's channel and wanted you to know that it worked out for me. Thank you. I'm so glad. These messages, these comments like these really put a smile on my face. Don't wait and don't waste time, because inflation is still a pain we feel every day. And the sooner you make the call, the sooner you can be closer to savings. I'll keep the number on the screen, and you can grab it from the description and pinned comment if you'd like. Chapter is a great partner, and we love working with them just as much as you all love saving money. But hold on, because we've got another bombshell coming that's about to hit your wallet. Yes, your money, hell, our money, our wallets, not just yours, all of us. We should all be concerned and want to know what's happening and how to get best prepared. And it's dropping in just days. Stick around. You won't want to miss this.
And I was very clear on that. And then also, I'd like to say that I was the lead co-sponsor of the Lincoln Bill. There's well too. I believe that that we can be very pro-immigration, but we also have to have a very secure border. And that puts me in a different place now. Some people didn't feel like I honored the spirit of immigration, but I actually believe that I did. And now today I'm going to continue that part of my conversation and my commitment. And that is with DACA. Okay, now we can all agree with that. Now for me, my wife was a former dreamer. My wife was a former dreamer.
Now let's break this down. Fetterman's not just throwing shade, he's lighting a match under his own party. This is the guy who's been a blue-collar hero for the left, but lately he's sounding more like someone fed up with the status quo. He's calling out the border mess, slamming policies that let chaos spiral, and he's not mincing words. Sources close to him say he's been privately venting about the direction of the Democrats for months, and with Karine Jean-Pierre's sudden jump from the sinking ship of the Biden administration, you gotta wonder, right? Is Fetterman next? Is he eyeing a move to the right, or at least a full-on independent streak that could flip Pennsylvania's political map upside down? This man's already rocking a hoodie and tattoos. Maybe a red hat's not that far off. But what do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Is Fetterman about to go full rogue, or is this just a stunt? Let's hear it.
And now I wouldn't have the family that I have, if it wasn't for her. But she was brought to the country when she was 7 years old, and of course, And now I know, Mr. Law, I know we all have LexisNexis, and we all know, and I know that you don't have a strong opinion for Dreamers and DACA. So I'm not going to turn it into gotcha theater, because I really want to have like a sincere conversation here in our brief time we're here. And now, for example, I'm trying to understand why punishing Dreamers that were brought here as children here in this country now, why there's not a path for citizenship, why when they're making these kinds of important contributions here to our nation. And it's like, can we only just be punitive and vengeful about immigration? Why we can't even acknowledge that that could be part of something very a positive thing for our nation?
Thank you for the question, Senator. Thank you for your support of border security, as well as the Lake and Riley Act. And I'd also like to thank you for a leading role in combating anti-Semitism that has just exploded in recent times. To the specific question of illegal aliens receiving a path to citizenship, that is solely the purview of Congress. The most notable legislative opportunity that I'm familiar with is known as the DREAM Act. And it's my understanding that that bill has gone before the Congress numerous times, and every single time it has failed. But personally, any of you in front of us here today, do any of you perhaps could consider or maybe support something like that legislative solution for Dreamers? Well, thank you for the question, Senator. I think it is the purview of the lawmakers to pass legislation and present those to the president. And thus far, it's been my understanding that that bill has failed to obtain the votes necessary to make it to the White House.
Okay. So for me, because it just continually just seems to like it's difficult to two things must be true: a secure border, but then now, and we also can celebrate immigration as well too. And now. For me, we had a young person in Georgia, Himena, and she was just pulled over, and it was actually the wrong car. And she of course, she was a dreamer, and now she could be looking at a possible situation of being deported for that. She was brought here as a young child. I'm not really sure it's American to punish a person who is living her best life and making significant contributions to our nation to be punished for a decision for a parent when they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years at that point. And I don't believe that it's an American way to just put them in like a permanent kinds of purgatory, where always worrying about looking over their shoulder that now the next single time then they could be deported. They are being paid for sins that they were not a part of that thing. And I'm hopeful, and I'm saying it now publicly today again, somebody as a Democrat committed to a secure border, why can't we deliver a solution for our dreamers? Because immigration is part of America's superpower, and it's made us much stronger and better. And two things must be true at the same time. And now, thank you, my time has expired, and thank you for answering my questions.
But before we go, let's talk about that other bombshell that I mentioned. Something big is coming, folks, and it's going to hit every single one of us where it hurts: our bank accounts. And I'm not talking about some abstract policy debate. This is real.
The United States is inching closer and closer to defaulting on our massive $36 trillion of debt, which would have catastrophic consequences for not just the U.S. government, but also for you and me and our everyday lives.
It's imminent, and it's dropping in just a few days. We're digging into the details right now, and trust me, you're going to want to be ready.
How do I know that? Because of this letter, which I'm going to explain to you in this video, along with an interesting solution that President Trump and Senator Elizabeth Warren together have suggested.
Could it be a market shakeup, a new regulation, a global economic curveball? All I'll say is this: stay tuned, because when this breaks, it's going to send shockwaves. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and be the first to know when we drop the full story. This is your money on the line, folks. pay attention. And billionaire BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warns a $36 trillion debt will overwhelm America unless stellar economic growth achieved. The chief executive of the world's largest asset manager just issued a dire warning saying that the U.S. will drown in debt unless the country finds a way to stimulate and grow the economy. Speaking at the 2025 Forbes Iconoclast Summit, Larry Fink details the remarkable pace at which the U.S. has amassed an astronomical amount of debt. And he says here, after 223 years of being a nation in 2000, the national debt of the United States was $8 trillion. And in the last 25 years, both parties are guilty of this. That number's now at $36 trillion. And now we have a pending tax bill that's going to add $2.3 to $2.4 trillion on the back of that. If we don't find a way to grow at 3% a year, real growth, we're going to hit the wall. Although the numbers are bleak, Fink believes that U.S. can still climb out of its multi-trillion-dollar hole, outlining a number of steps that policymakers can take to spur real economic growth across multiple industries. And this is why we need to unlock more private capital. We need to be streamlining permitting. We need to be focused on rebuilding our infrastructure. And if you believe that we're going to be the leader in AI, artificial intelligence, we're going to have, it's estimated, a shortage of 500,000 electricians in this country. So despite all of this pessimism, the foundation of growth is there. We just need to unlock it. If we cannot unlock that growth, and if we're going to continue to stumble along in a 2% economy, the national debt is going to overwhelm this country. That's it for now, but we're just getting started. If you're as fired up as I am about Fetterman's bold move and what's coming next, share this video, check out the links down below in the description, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay sharp, stay steady, stay ready, keep your head on a swivel, watch your six, stay frosty, friends, and we'll see you soon with the truth that they don't want you to hear.